What's good, party people? This is According to Woods, and I have the honor and privilege of talking to my sister. She will be heading into Combate Global's La Jaula, October 15th, 2021, right? She is a proud Subfighter MMA in Laguna Hills disciple. She is the one, the only, Diana Debo Mendoza. Diana, what's going on?
Not much, man. Just here talking to my big brother. So happy to chop it up with you again. And I feel like this is kind of like a routine that we have now. Before anytime before fights, we just kind of just chop it up. And it's cool. It's
Yeah,
good relationship with you.
no, I appreciate that, but that's the thing, that's been the greatest great gratification for me, right? Because I remember when I first started watching MMA, right? Whether it be Pride or UFC or Pancrase or what have you, and there would be people that weren't comfortable in front of the camera. They're a badass when the fucking bell rang, but they were uncomfortable in front of the camera, and I was like, that's a fucking vital piece of the puzzle, right? The overall puzzle. So if this next generation, they can laugh, cry, shoot the shit, feel comfortable in front of the camera with me. Well, when the big lights come on and Joe Rogan is calling and fucking, Megan O'Leary, oh, one of my heroes, those two, right? Like you wouldn't be, because you've done, a dozen of them with me that it's like fucking old hat. You can do 3 hours on Rogan. You can do shit with Megan O'Leary. You can do shit with Karen Bryan. You can do shit with Alan Joban. That's kind of like the essence of why I do what I do.
No, no, that's a really good point because I've done I've done two with you and then a couple with other, and it's just a lot of it's just practice, and because no, just years ago I was not comfortable doing this. It was hard, man.
Mm-hmm.
And so now, because when you go to Combate, it's official, it's professional. You got the lights on you, and um, the lights are almost blinding. You can't even see the person interviewing you. And it's just like, oh my God, this is kind of intimidating. Um, so not trying to not stutter and and stick to the script and repeat the questions that they ask you and then answer them is actually harder than it looks. So and then but this has been my practice to be able to lead up to that, and I think I did an all right job. I can work on some things in my interviews and stuff, but it's just helping a lot, Adam, and I really appreciate you.
No, I appreciate you saying that, but for me, I kind of like the fuck ups, right? Like the fucking stutter. I have a stutter. Most people don't know it. Like I have a weird kind of accent. It's part California, part my mom's Fijian, part like a time we lived in Georgia and Indiana. Like I'm all over the place. Some people can't, and even like how I act, they're like Cubano, Puerto Ricano, Haiti, even, because I can speak a little bit of Spanish and I get the pronunciation well because of my Fijian mom. There's a lot of the same fucking pronunciations in Espanol. But, I like to keep the fuck ups in. I like to keep the swearing in. I'd like to keep all that shit in because there's a kid or there's a person out there that is stuttering, right? And they
Hmm.
need something to grab a hold of. They might be thinking about ending their life, you know? And they hear you on big fucking international TV stutter and go like, oh shit, there is hope for me, you know?
No, 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 no. That's another good point. It's more realistic, because you see, because no, and that was intimidating, when I saw interviews, and I'm like, Jesus, those people are so good in front of the camera. I don't think I'll be ever be able to do that. And then now we're like, it's it's working out, and I mean, I'm hoping it's working out, but yeah, I guess yeah, that's a really good point. Stick to who I am, and stutter, whatever. And I like to cuss, man, but I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I can't cuss. I feel uncomfortable when I'm not around people who cuss, have tattoos, and have some kind of fucked up story. If that makes any sense, but yeah.
No, and you know what I think is fun about you, and and like there was so many, I want to say at least a couple years where you're probably still training, but you weren't like fighting, right? And you were just cornering and supporting a lot of your teammates. Moses Marietta, Andrew Freelove. Those are some of the fights that I saw you at, and you were just like you kind of stepped to the fucking like background a little bit, to let them shine, which I thought is super admirable. I mean, traits that like a Aaron Hill or uh, you know, Adam, from your coach, right, would do. And but I always knew that there's
Yeah.
something. Like I'd seen you fight before, and I always knew like when she fucking like gets it going, and of course, like injuries happen, there's personal life gets in the way when you're a fighter. Full-time fighter, but full-time at life. You still got to
Hmm.
manage a job for the most part. But I knew like once you found your like for me, like interviewing in podcasts, like I didn't start until I was like fucking 31, right? And then now it's the way that I fucking define my life. But for 31 years before it, I didn't feel like I had much to offer, right? So I felt like if once you tapped into yours, like fuck, we're off to the races. And exactly, you won a fearless title down in Mexico. Shout out to Fearless Women MMA, right? And Libby Canella and the whole crew, right? And then also, um, your art. Oh my God, your art is absolutely fantastic. Your story about, overcoming substance abuse. Like, you're a fucking rock star. Might have a glitch in the system here. Let's see. Kind of figured because it's kind of gassing her up and she wasn't responding. But let's take her off. Let's see, put her on. Okay, something's going on. So, oh, here we go. Here she's back. Or no. Eh, eh. And again, for you guys who are just turning in, I'm Gordon Woods. I do interviews and jazz like that. But I am talking with Diana Debo Mendoza coming out of Subfighter MMA in Laguna Hills, California. And she will be fighting for Combate Global October 15th, 2021. And if you don't know how to, find out where Combate Global is doing, or do like me, uh, order Paramount Plus. That is usually it. They stream it live for the last couple of cards, which is awesome. But then if you've got kids, you got like Blues Clues and Legends of the Hidden Temple. That's my shit. You get fucking physical activity and knowledge put in your brain. I love it, dude. I always wanted to be a silver snake or orange monkey or whatever the fuck. Blue barracuda. Yeah, so for your Paramount Plus subscription, you get privy to Combate Global. So that's an added value. If you're an adult and you like those real world road rules challenge shows or any of those MTV reality shows, here nor there. Basketball Wives on VH1, like that's all Viacom, so you can catch that all on Paramount Plus. Yeah, but you can also get Combate to see Diana fight, which would be awesome. And yeah, it seems like we still got Black. So do that again. Um, you know what? I think we might have to. Let's give her. Oh no, she's back. Or no? Yes. Hell yes, you're back. Or not. Okay. So, folks, um, it seems like we've got technical difficulties. So, what I want to do is encourage you to go ahead and follow Diana Mendoza on all of her social medias. I believe I've linked them right in the description below. So you can find her and her awesome artwork.
Hello.
Both of her. Oh, there she is. You're coming through. Oh, there you
Adam?
go. Yes, you're back.
Okay.
Ha-
I have no idea what happened.
So
But
no worries, no worries. Yeah, but like I said, like you're fully expressing yourself in your fight life, and also in your art life, man. And I couldn't be more proud of you.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, in like so it's like it's and like it it's been a long time coming to be open up, and like the only reason like I want to talk about my story is because it's a part of my story, and I kind of what the purpose is about it, and and yeah, like I've been doing a year kind of sub having. You can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you. Fuck the visual. I can hear you.
Hear me out. And yes or no? Okay, doing it. It's a 21-day challenge. Um, basically every month it's a different challenge, and so they had this meditation challenge, and I just hopped on it. I did it because I wasn't my mental was just like just with this whole like pandemic COVID thing. Like I was struggling with it, and like I just hopped on it and I did it, and then like it really inspired me, and I felt really good, and I started doing art again. I picked it up again. Like I just a lot of my friends too at would like kind of push me to do it too, and so I can get them and things I can get really just done. I just something to kind of help pay some of the bills and stuff, and so I can be at the gym full time and train, and it's been good, man. It's been really good.
Now, in terms of not just fight life, but also just your life, by doing these meditation challenges, do you think it's a pretty cool like check-in to kind of center yourself and kind of like quiet some of the things that are going in your head? I know for me, my wife hates it, but like I damn go on eBay. That's kind of my catharsis, and I'll find weird shit to buy or a sauna or two pugs and whatever. And that's my way of like kind of unleashing whatever the fuck is in my head. So do you think those like, meditation deals are crucial, for your life going forward?
The I didn't hear you on the last part. Ooh. Um, wait, what did you say on the last part? What was the question?
I, I was saying, do you think the meditation challenges that you just completed, do you think it's a really cool like check-in to basically center yourself and kind of calm the stuff around you?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, 100%. Yes. Um, I do more meditation now more than ever because I know like it benefits me so much, and like I um I have a tendency of like not wanting to like it's hard to look inside, it's hard to look at sometimes like are the problem, and sometimes it gets and the emotions and like things that I'm ashamed of or whatever shame, guilt is it. Everyone has their own um it my head it kind of lies to me, it just beats me up and it tells me these things, but it's not true. A lot of it's not really. It's weird. Like the head kind of and when I do meditation challenges and when I write it out and I see the big pit and I see what it is, I'm like, this is doesn't make any sense. I'm not giving myself that. Like I was like 100 miles per hour, man, and like once I'm able to slow those things down for whatever reason, like I just feel so much like my muscles are more relaxed and like I'm less tense, and so before I go to practice or before I have some kind of or anything like that, I try my best to put 10 minutes aside, 15 minutes aside, and just kind of and just do my own little mindful meditation type stuff. I know my coach is and super this time around. Meditation stuff in there and on, and everyone has their little meditation stuff to do, but yeah, it's been super helpful with getting with mentally preparing for my camps.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And I think, especially over the course of the last, 20 some odd months, that the world has kind of been in, I think mental health should be at a forefront where it wasn't maybe before March of 2020, right? So I'm so proud of you that you're doing that, but speaking of the last 20 minutes, right? You've gone pro, right? After you won the Fearless Women's MMA title. Um, that happened also during the COVID situation, right? And a lot of people weren't getting fights, and Libby Canella puts this fabulous fucking promotion on. Have it in Mexico, and some of the all-star referees here in California, she basically had him come down to officiate that one, right? And so there you win a title, fucking kick ass. You turn pro and you fight for Combate Global, which is a pretty big honor, pretty big deal, like I said, on Paramount Plus, right? But how has the year been for you? And then how did you find out about this fight on October 15th? Mm, all right. So yeah, it looks like we've got a bit of technical difficulty, folks. So we're gonna go ahead and end the stream here. And it happens. It's not Diana's fault. I mean, if you look at like any of the kind of virtual deals, you go to Joe Rogan, who in many circles is the benchmark, right? And him with Edward Snowden, there was like a fucking delay. So this shit happens, and we're live, right? But I warmly encourage you to go ahead and follow Diana Debo Mendoza at the links that I link below in the description. But also, again, subscribe to the Paramount Plus so you can see her do what she does on October 15th for Combate Global. But if you're in that following and subscribing mood, warmly encourage you to go ahead and follow and subscribe to the According to Woods podcast on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Also on the social media under the same name, According to Woods, where I share memes and podcasts. So there's that. But if you don't believe me, and I don't know why you wouldn't, here's pro wrestler Zeta Zhang to convince you.
Hey, this is Zeta Zhang. Make sure you subscribe to According to